pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is somebody did this on purpose. Get out from under this thing. Thank you very much, guys. Lost my pen.
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act.
I would hold up.
We'd ask that the students go out into the lobby, please. Thank you.
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given by the City Clerk on December 15th, 2021 in the following manner: posting written notice on the official bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, providing written notice to the offices of the Daily Journal and the Press of Atlantic City, and filing written notice in the office of the City Clerk of the City of Vineland.
Before we proceed, Councilman Acosta has something he'd like to say.
Right before I came to this meeting, I was here watching television, and we saw the sad news. In fact, my colleagues and others, professional staff, spoke very briefly about the situation. In a small town in Texas, 14 children from an elementary school were gunned down, as well as a teacher. There is a significant number of children that are in critical condition, and the number 14 may rise. I know some people do not share my philosophy, but I don't believe in the philosophy that more guns stop this kind of stuff. What does 14 children, what can 14 children do to any individual to deserve their lives like that? What I like is for we to have a moment of silence for those 14 children and that teacher that just passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Acosta. Chair entertains a motion that the 2022 minutes of the pre-conference, regular meeting, and closed session of May 10th and work session of May 17th be approved as submitted.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-189, a resolution recognizing William Platania upon retiring from public service effective June 1, 2022.
Chair entertains a motion that resolution number 2022-189 be adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion from council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is Mr. Plantania here? Not? Resolution for him, and Mr.
Make sure we
Petrosky will
pass it
take-
along.
Thank you.
I have Resolution 2022-190, a resolution recognizing Miriam Rios upon retiring from public service effective June 1, 2022.
Chair entertains a motion that resolution number 2022-190 be adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is Ms. Rios?
No, she's not here either.
Thank you. And at this time, we'll open the public comment portion.
I just have a preliminary statement to make. Public comment provides an opportunity for members of the public to inform the governing body about their views. The governing body prescribes to City Council's bylaws and the New Jersey statutes on open public meetings when engaging during public comment. As such, each individual shall have a 5-minute limit to comment. He or she cannot yield time to another individual. He or she may only approach the podium once during public comment for any one topic. Vulgar, offensive language is prohibited, and City Council will not engage in dialogue with the public during this time. The governing body maintains model courtesy and respect and requires members of the public to do the same.
At this time, is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard? If so, please step to the mic, state your name and address.
Good evening, Steve Lewis, excuse me, Vineland, New Jersey. Monday is Memorial Day, and let's remember those who lost their lives fighting for our freedom. It's very important that we never forget. We should also remember their families of our fallen heroes, mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, their children. These are the people who live their loss every day. And I think it's important that at least one day out of the year that we pay homage to these people for their loss, and I think it's very important to do so. It's a great loss. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Is there anyone else?
Madam President, Evan Alicea, on behalf of the United Veterans Council, I want to remind everyone that on Monday at 9 a.m., Landis Avenue Vineland will be observing Memorial Day and having a parade from Myrtle and Landis to Landis Park, making a turn at the Northeast Boulevard and Landis Avenue. The parade will start at 9 a.m., usually last about 45 minutes, so closer to 10 o'clock, the ceremony will start at the park where we'll pay our respects for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. I also want to take the opportunity, for those of you that have noticed on Landis Avenue, there are some banners with veterans' faces on them. If you would like to honor a veteran and you want to sponsor a banner, please go to the Vineland City website. The application and all the instructions are there. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I do oversee the Veterans Affairs issues within the city, so if you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I am here to help you. I think it's a really good way for the city to show respect for those who have done so much for us in their time of service. So all 6 services are represented, So please, if you have any questions, call me, and hopefully we'll see you at the park on Landis Ave on Memorial Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director. Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to be heard at this time? No one? Mr. Petrowski?
Yes, I have ordinance 2022-41, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland, Director of Municipal Utility, which was ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-41 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this ordinance, number 2022-41? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2022-41 be closed.
So moved.
A second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-41 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So moved.
A second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur? Ordinance number 2022-41, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland, Director of Municipal Utility. This ordinance is adopted.
Mr. Petrowski, please submit ordinance number 2022-41 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have ordinance number 2022-42, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland, Animal Control Officer Part-Time, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-42 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2022-42? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2022-42 be closed.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta? Yes. Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-42 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-42, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland, Animal Control Officer Part-Time. This ordinance is adopted.
Mr. Petrowski, please submit ordinance number 2022-42 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have ordinance number 2022-43, ordinance designating certain areas of municipal buildings restricted to public access for privacy and security purposes, which is ready for a public hearing.
Entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-43 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on 2022-43 ordinance at this time? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2022-43 be closed.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-43 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this ordinance, this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-43, Ordinance designating certain areas of municipal buildings restricted to public access for privacy and security purposes. This ordinance is adopted.
Mr. Petrowski, please submit ordinance number 2022-43 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have ordinance number 2022-44, ordinance amending ordinance 86-38 as amended, Chapter 425 of the Code of the City of Vineland, entitled Land Use, so as to rezone Block 7503, Lot 1.1, part of Lot 6.01, Lot 47, and Lot 48.01 to IB, Industrial Business, and adopt the zone map change, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-44 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes?
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2022-44 at this time? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2022-44 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-44 be taken up for a second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? No one?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur? Ordinance number 2022-44, ordinance amending ordinance 86-38 as amended, Chapter 425 of the Code of the City of Vineland, entitled Land Use, so as to rezone Block 7503, Lot 1.1, part of Lot 6.01, Lot 47, and Lot 48.01 to IB, Industrial Business, and adopt the zone map change. This ordinance is adopted.
Mr. Petrowski, please submit ordinance number 2022-44 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have ordinance number 2022-45, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-45 be taken up for the first reading.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-45, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland, Clerk 2 bilingual in Spanish and English.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-45 be passed for first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, June 14th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion from council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Move now into the consent agenda items. I have Resolution 2022-191, a resolution approving agreement with the Vineland Police Captains Association from January 1, 2022 to December 31, 2024. 2022-192 is a resolution authorizing the filing of an application with the State of New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Division of Highway Traffic Safety, for the Pedestrian Safety Enforcement and Education 2023 grant. 2022-193 is a resolution authorizing the filing of an application with the State of New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Division of Highway Traffic Safety, for the 2022-2023 Federal Highway Pedestrian Safety and Education grant. 2022-194 is a resolution authorizing the acceptance of a local recreational improvement 2021 award in the amount of $100,000 from the State of New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. 2022-195 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a shared services agreement by and between the County of Cumberland and the City of Vineland for the use of a city water tower for public safety communications equipment. 2022-196 is a resolution providing for the insertion in the calendar year 2022 budget of the City of Vineland, a special item of revenue made available by revenue realized from State of New Jersey Department of Transportation fiscal year 2022 Local Freight Impact Fund Program in the amount of $3,500,000 and an appropriation in said budget for like sum and purpose. 2022-197 is a resolution providing for the insertion in the calendar year 2022 budget of the City of Vineland, a special item of revenue made available by revenue realized from a State of New Jersey Department of Transportation Federal Highway Administration grant allocation in the amount of $460,779.30 and an appropriation in said budget for like sum and purpose. 2022-198 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of an amendatory supplemental change order number 3 to contract number C22-0072 issued to Arthur R. Henry Incorporated, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, in the amount of $262,514.10. 2022-199 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of an amendatory supplemental change order number 1 to contract number C22-0085 issued to Charles Marandino, LLC, Mill May, New Jersey, in the amount of $50,024. 2022-200 is a resolution exercising option to renew contract C21-0079 for the furnishing, delivery, and installation of mobile demineralizer system West Sub combustion turbine. 2022-201 is a resolution authorizing extraordinary and specifiable services agreements for health benefit coverages for employees of the City of Vineland, prescription. 2022-202 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of one Kubota RTV-X1100CW-H from Cummins Equipment Company Incorporated, 717 White Horse Pike, Hamilton, New Jersey, in a total amount of $21,311.49, pursuant to a national cooperative contract agreement with Sourcewell, Contract 1-22220-KBA. 2022-203 is a resolution authorizing a contract award to a state contract vendor, RF Designs and Integration Incorporated, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for the purchase of the annual radio maintenance contract. 2022-204 is a resolution awarding a contract to Neary's Construction and Rental Incorporated, Williamstown, New Jersey, for demolition of structures located at 3916 North Delsey Drive in the amount of $23,980. 2022-205 is a resolution awarding a contract to Triad Associates, Vineland, New Jersey, for the grant consulting services, CDBG home and affordable housing programs. 2022-206 is a resolution approving charge against various land for land clearance and authorizing said charge to become a lien upon such land and to be added to and become part of the taxes to be assessed and levied upon such land. 2022-207 is a resolution approving surety reduction, release, or renewal as submitted by the city engineer. 2022-208 is a resolution authorizing the cancellation of taxes for calendar year 2022 for the reason recommended by the City of Vineland tax collector. 2022-209 is a resolution authorizing and directing the refund of taxes. 2022-210 is a resolution providing and authorizing the payment of bills and demands against the City of Vineland. 2022-211 is a resolution supporting the application of Garden Greens LLC to the New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Commission for the conversion of an approved conditional license to an annual license in accordance with NJAC 17:30-7.9 for a Class 1 cannabis cultivation facility to be located at 3665 North Mill Road. 2022-212 is a resolution authorizing a contract with Stryker Medical, Chicago, Illinois, for the purchase of 4 Stryker Power Pro XT MTS high stretchers and accompanying MTS power load in the amount not to exceed $175,000 pursuant to a county cooperative contract agreement under the Bergen County Cooperative Purchasing Program. 2022-213 is a resolution authorizing the submission of a grant application and execution of a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the 2022 Highway Safety Fund. 2022-214 is a resolution amending Resolution Number 2021-556, authorizing the qualified purchasing agent to award purchases for various motor vehicles, equipment, and accessories available through cooperative pricing systems, of which the city is a member. 2022-215 is a resolution authorizing special law enforcement officers for the year 2022.
Chair entertains a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
That's all the formal business I have, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Petrosky. This time, are there any comments from council? None?
Yes.
Councilman Acosta?
First of all, I want to congratulate my colleague. His daughter graduated from college, got a bachelor's degree, but more importantly, she won a 50-inch smart TV. And to have seen her expression when that happened was really priceless. I'm sure she's going to enjoy that. I also want to say, Councilman Spinelli and I went to a birthday party on Saturday for a Vineland resident who turned 105 years old. And I'm telling you, this lady was as spunky as all can be. It was totally a pleasure to be there and to have read a resolution from the mayor. It was pretty interesting that the governor of New Jersey called to wish her happy birthday. Senator Testa also said a resolution. The Commissioner Castellini was there, as well as, well, she sent a resolution, our county clerk. It was truly an honor to have been there. I'm sure Mr. Spinelli felt the same way. To be in the presence of a person who turned 105 years old is nothing to sneeze at. And congratulations to the retirees.
Councilman Vargas?
And Councilman Gaza, thank you for those kind words. She'll appreciate that, and she does. She's very happy about that 50-inch. Sharing some updated information with the Vineland PAL. On June 4th, this year, Saturday, from 8 registrations at 8 o'clock, and the start of the Derby will be at 9 o'clock. From ages 14 and younger, bring out the children out there. We've been having this since, I believe, 40-plus years now. I might be mistaken, but I was told about 40-plus years now. So the kids are always happy. So bring them out, have a little bit of fun. COVID's almost out of the way, so let's enjoy. Thank you.
Councilman Spinelli?
Yes, I'd like to congratulate the retirees as well. Congratulations out to your family,
Thank you, sir.
your daughter's accomplishments. Irene Jacobson, Levine Jacobson, 105 years old, happy birthday. We should all have the energy she had at the ages that we are at this time. She had a lot of sparks, it was a lot of fun, and it was a very nice experience for her as well as anybody else. Many dignitaries that were there, not including us.
Yeah, we have some big shoes to fill.
But a very nice event for Irene, so hopefully we'll get close to those numbers. The city has a lot of events coming up in the summer. Al mentioned the fishing tournament for the PAL. They have other summer events that are coming up as well, and they do mention as we go forward. The city itself has a lot of things going on with the VDID, having events. The cruise is coming up, the food truck event in August. And there's, I think, a couple events in July as well. I think PAL's running some kind of summer program as well. And the city itself, in the near and far future, has a lot of good things happening with recreation and things of that nature that we're trying to upgrade and provide new facilities for kids that have been left out, unfortunately, in the past, with the Jake's Park eventually coming, and I know we're in the planning stages of getting it set up over at Romano. That is going to be absolutely stunning, and everyone should be proud of that and go see it once it's up, and as well as some other upgrades to some of our facilities and parks. So a lot of events coming up, a lot of good things happening in the city. Just keep an eye out for them and participate, because the days of saying there's nothing to do are very close to being over, because there's a lot of things that we could be doing in the city.
Also on the 4th is the Eco Fair. It will be held at the high school. The Green Team is sponsoring that. And something else to go pique your interest about staying green and being sustainable. Anything else? No?
January 18th is Isaiah Pacheco Day for getting the key to the city. June 18th, I'm sorry. The parade starts at 11 a.m., starting at Landis Middle School, going up to 7th Street, ending here at City Hall, where the scheduled events will be happening.
Anything else? Nothing further? Certainly is a lot going on, coming up. So as Councilman Spinelli said, there is no reason to complain. There's nothing to do. So with that, Chair entertains a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Thank you. Have a good night.